Yo guys, welcome back to another video, and today's video is a Premier League prediction for the 2020-21 season. I know it's been a long time since I uploaded a video, and I promise when FIFA 21 comes out that I will be uploading either on a weekly basis or more than what I've been doing recently. So let's get straight into it. In 20th position, I think West Brom. I don't think they've done many business other than they brought in that winger from West Ham. He's a good young player, so I reckon he could spark up the Premier League, but overall, I do not think they have a good enough squad, and I don't think they're going to last in the Premier League. In 19th, I think Brighton again. I don't think they've got enough players that are going to do anything. Yes, they do have Pai, whatever you call him, the striker French. He's alright. I reckon he'll get a few goals this season for Brighton, but again, overall, they lost Knockaert to Fulham. Overall, again, do not think they are going to stay up in the Premier League. 18th position, Aston Villa. I think, again, they luckily survived last season, but this season I don't think they're going to survive. They've brought no one in. I reckon there's still a possibility of them losing Grealish. There's still a possibility of that. The goalkeepers are still a bit of a worry. Tom Heaton, yes, he's just come back from injury, but is he going to be good enough again for when he has come back? 17th, I think West Ham. Again, they've done no business this window. In my opinion, Felipe Anderson has been dreadful last season, so is he going to continue that shocking form? Strikers, Haller was not great. They've just sold a Jetty. Who else? They've Lanzini's not great. The defence, Diop wasn't great last season. So I think they're just going to survive, but I reckon by a few points they're just going to survive. 16th, I think Fulham. I think it's going to be the first side that's going to stay up. They've signed Areola in goal, so I think that's a really good goalkeeping signing. They've obviously got Mitrovic up front. They've got Knockaert. They've got good wingers in Onama and Kamara, I think it is. So overall, I think they've just got a good enough squad to stay up in the Premier League. Now 15th, I think Crystal Palace. They've made two good signings in Michy Batshuayi on loan, which has just been confirmed today, and Eze. Eze is a very good youngster from QPR. So I think if they keep Zaha especially, I reckon they've got a good chance of staying up this season. 14th, I reckon Sheffield United. I don't think they're going to have a good enough season as they did last season. Yes, the way they are defensively set up is really good, but attackingly they are not great. They got one of the least goals, but they got one of the best defensive records. So I reckon they're going to stay in the Premier League, but I don't think they're going to do as well as they did last season. Now 13th, I think Leeds. They have made some very good signings in Rodrigo. He's a very good striker from Valencia. And if I'm not mistaken, they did not sign Ben White, which is going to be a big miss for them, but they've still got the likes of Calvin Phillips and Augustin, if they still have him, if I'm not mistaken. But overall, I think they will stay in the league, and I think they will survive quite comfortably this season. They also do have a really good experience manager in Bielsa, so yep, I reckon they're going to finish 13th. 12th, I reckon Burnley. I think the main reason they're going to do well is because they're under Sean Dyche. I think Sean Dyche is going to keep these in the Premier League. If they don't finish 12th, I think they're going to finish in the region of 12th and 15th. I don't know. I think for now though, I think they're going to finish 12th mainly because of Dyche, but they've also got good strikers in Wood and Barnes. I reckon they'll get a few goals this season. They did lose Jeff Hendricks to Newcastle, but I think overall they're going to finish 12th. 11th, I think Newcastle United, the home club of mine. I reckon they've made some good signings in Jamal Lewis, Callum Wilson, Ryan Fraser, and Jeff Hendricks on a free. The team we were just talking about before. I reckon they're going to do quite well this season. Yes, we've still got Maximin, Almiron, Richie, Shelvey, but haven't lost anyone important. So I reckon we're going to have a decent season. I reckon Callum Wilson can bag a few goals. I even reckon Joe Linton could be up there as... I reckon he could get a few goals this season. We just got to wait and see. But overall, I think they're going to finish 11th. 10th, I think Southampton. Yes, they've lost Højbjerg and they've lost Lemina out on loan. But overall, they've signed in Walker Peters as a right back. They've still got Ings, who isn't injured. And I think overall, they've also got an okay manager. He's not bad, he's a good manager. I reckon they're going to finish 10th. 9th, I think Everton. Everton have done some amazing business. I think Everton could be up there within at least 6th position even, because they've made some good signings, and James Rodriguez, Decore and Allen. Allen's a really good midfielder to sign, but I mean all the signings have been brilliant for Everton. So, but for now I'm going to put them 9th because I think that's a respectable place to put them. 8th, I think Leicester. They did well last season to even come in the top. I think it was 6th. But I reckon they're going to go a bit downhill this season. Yes, Vardy's getting on, but I still reckon he could bang in a few goals. They've still got Harvey Barnes, Demarai Gray, and then they did obviously lose Chilwell, but I reckon with the replacement they've got Candania or whatever you call him from Belgium, I reckon he could be a good replacement in Ben Chilwell. He's more attacking, but he's also really well defensively, and they've still got Soyuncu and Schmeichel, who are good leaders for the club. So I reckon they're going to finish 8th. 7th, I think Wolves. Nuno is an amazing manager, so I reckon he's going to drive them to 7th, or even potentially Europa League places. They've obviously signed Fabio Silva, a really good youngster. They haven't lost Raul Jimenez, which is a big one for them. I think they've still got a really good goalkeeper, Patricio, and they've got good leaders at the back in Bolly and Cody. So I think 7th is a respectable position. Now 6th, I think Tottenham Hotspur. I think yes, they've signed Højbjerg, they've signed Matt Doherty, and who else have they signed? I can't think. But those are the two main ones. I think the only reason they're going to get top 6 is mainly because of the manager. I think Jose Mourinho could possibly push them to Champions League, but I don't know what the squad they have. I think Harry Kane's a bit deteriorating recently because of his ankles, but I reckon they'll get top 6 at least. Now for number 5, I reckon Arsenal. I reckon Arsenal this season are going to get Europa League or even Champions League because of their defence now. They've got Tierney, they've got Gabriel, they've got Saliba. If they keep Holden, they've got a good backup in Holden. They've obviously got David Luiz, he's okay, but he's not the greatest. And if they keep Hector Bellerin, then that defence is really good. And Leno's back from injury, so it's really good. The attack, obviously, Aubameyang, one of the best strikers in the Premier League, probably one of the best African strikers. So I reckon Arsenal are going to finish 5th. Now for number 4, I'm going with Manchester United. I think they've made a good signing in Donny van der Beek. I think they've got a good enough squad, a good enough attack to finish in the top 4. Defensively, I think they could improve in the left back position, but overall the defence isn't bad with Wan-Bissaka, Harry Maguire and Lindelof. I think De Gea, I don't think it should be number 1. I think Dean Henderson should be number 1, but I think if De Gea is number 1, it's going to be this last season as number 1. So I think Man United are going to finish 4th. For number 3, I think Chelsea. They've made some unbelievable signings in Havertz, Malang Sarr, Thiago Silva, Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, Ziyech. All of them are perfect, good players for Chelsea that they have signed. But the fact that they've still got Pulisic, Tammy Abraham, Mason Mount, Jorginho, Kovacic, and the defence they already had, it's just a complete overhaul of how good their team will be. So I reckon if they don't get 3rd, I think they'll come 2nd. With number 2 spot, I think Liverpool. I think they've still got a good enough squad to be up there as the top 4. I think they didn't make as many signings, but I still think the attack, defence and midfield are really good for this season. They've still got the likes of Salah, Mane, Fabinho, Henderson, Wijnaldum, and obviously still got Van Dijk, Alisson, etc. I still think they've got a good enough squad, but I reckon they could improve on a new striker in January or even next season. I think that's the main thing. Now for number 1, who I think are going to win the league, is Manchester City. I think they're going to win the league. They're close to signing Koulibaly, they've signed Ake, they've signed Fernand Torres. I think all of those are brilliant signings, and I think just overall the squad's just going to overpower every team, even Chelsea, even Liverpool, just all the teams in the league, I think. So I reckon they're going to win the league, and I think they're going to do it by... I think they're only going to do it by a few points, but I think the goal difference is going to be significantly high, because I think they're going to concede less, and I reckon Aguero could potentially be up there as the top goal scorer of the season, in my opinion. I reckon he could be up there. So overall, I think City are going to win the league, and that's my predictions for the 2020-21 season. If you liked the video, please leave a comment and like it. Please leave a comment on what you would like for me to do in my future episodes, for example, how I think the transfer window went, and what FIFA 21 videos you would like for me to make. Anyways, that's all for now. I will see you guys later.